First, since Heidi talked about ArcGIS, I wanted to talk a few minutes about collaboration we have with Esri. Esri is the company that makes ArcGIS. It's actually the third biggest software company in the world or something. It's just humor. So I went there to the annual conference. We were listed as a small sponsor in the corner of a leaflet. There were 14,000 delegates. But there was a specific symposium within the conference for Botanic Arts. So Esri has worked together with Harvard University and then also later with UC Davis to develop a data model for ArcGIS. It's highly influenced by some other software than Iris, but what they have done is to tell people, if you want to use ArcGIS and manage your plant collection in ArcGIS, this is one way to do it. So that makes it like a template for anyone who wants to use ArcGIS as their main tool for plant collections. So the challenge is, of course, bigger collections, they have a proper tool like Iris. So how do you get these two systems to talk together? There was then people who asked, does Iris work with ArcGIS? So we had a collaborative project with them to enable, the first step was to enable ArcGIS to get plant information into ArcGIS. So I'm just going to show you that first. Oops. I have too many slideshows going here. I should have started this. So, what is ArcGIS? For those of you who don't know, it's a really advanced tool to do all kinds of fancy. Well, Heidi showed a lot of things you can do, but it's fantastic. But it also requires a bit of training, more than a few minutes. So what Esri has done, they've then prepared and made a lot of tools that support this data model. So you can get some tools to calculate irrigation. You can create a map where they calculate the size of the irrigation zone, so you see that the whole garden is watered, for example. Those kind of things. So this map here is of Dawes Arboretum in Ohio. It's one of our reference gardens our reference garden in North America. So I'm not going to run the process, but after you've installed, so before I go any further, I'm going to just go to our website. If you go to our website, under support, downloads, you will see here Esri ArcGIS IrisBG sync. And that sends you straight to Esri's website, where you can see here that you can download this tool that installs in ArcGIS. And what that does, there's a bit of preparation to be done. It's a bit clunky because it's a professional expert tool. It's not click and it requires a number of skill sets. But after you've done so, you will have a folder in ArcGIS up here where there is a script which is called IrisBG tool, which basically goes into Iris and pulls up all the living plants, and the end result is this plant layer here, which is called Plant Center. So when I zoom over, if I put information here, you click here, you get on the right hand side, you see here accession numbers, plant habit, etc., etc., cultivar names. So this all comes from Iris, and that's of course the challenge when you have, if you have this algorithm is really ginormous, and they also need ArcGIS for certain things. I know also some gardens who have a lot of sort of infrastructure, electric pylons. UC Davis use ArcGIS a lot because there's so much going on campus. So that when they do planting, they need to take into consideration all kinds of things, not just where it looks pretty to have the plants. So it makes sense for them to be able to pull the plants in. So this is the kind of information you can get in here. So I just need to do one thing before I move on. Sorry about this. this for a second while I... It's not fun to see someone clicking around. To change my settings so I can log into the database. So I have a copy of the database from DOS Arboretum. That's actually very nice. I mean, all the ArcGIS Explorer websites are really nice, but I like DOS Arboretum because Greg is quite a nerd in terms of data level or data entry or what he puts in. So what we've done with this project, in addition to making this possible to pull the data in there, we also programmed a little thing here so that you can click on the marker. So this is accession number 9066-0177, etc. When you click on that, you start Iris, and you have the accession number in the clipboard, so you can then look at the details. So it becomes almost, but not quite, like clicking on a map and getting the screen up. But that, yeah. So
you can look and update the details.
Yeah, now you can update the details here.
So you can keep it in sync.
That's the challenge. So anyone who sort of talks about synchronization, if you go both ways, it's really, really complicated. Now we can say that for horticultural taxonomy, etc., everything is stored in Iris, and you push the data back into ArcGIS. The next phase would be, and that is now more likely or easier, is to maybe give them the opportunity to change coordinates in ArcGIS and push it back into Iris again. So that's the next phase. At the moment we're here where we do it one way. There are all the tools in Iris to do it already the other way by creating a data import with accession number lat long. It's doable, but it's more a question of giving it sort of a ready wrapped for the users so they understand and give them a recipe of how to do it. Yeah.
What about the map itself? Do you plan to synchronize that back to Iris also?
Yeah, and that's they clarify that. So we now in DOS Arboretum here. If I click on the map here, you will. I didn't delete that map, did I? No. It's a bit of an old database. Oh yeah, I have removed that. Oh, I know it's coming. Good. It's just a bit slow. So you see here, we're using the same map. That they have on ArcGIS. So the way you do that, DOS Arboretum have a number of cool uses of ArcGIS. So the way with ArcGIS, you just need to put it on a compatible server. We have a server that you can use, or you can set it up yourself. It's quite a tricky thing, but you can do it. But anyway, and some universities may have that already. You may not realize it. So if you're in a university setting, you should talk to, if there are any GIS people at the university, they may actually have this. So, and here they have a really nice map of soil types. So they can switch between, which is super specialized for their arboretum. But it's really useful when they're planning their collection work. So I can show you quickly how this is set up so you understand that. It happens down here in the main definitions, map providers. So here they've set up their different map layers, you had maybe they have like 24 different layers, one for rocks or whatever, and then you can make different combinations of that map from the same server. And then that comes into Iris like that. Where is it? So, here we go. I'm bringing it up again. Yeah. So you can see that. So this is really, I feel, really happy with this personally, because at some point Iris have to stop. You know, we can't build a fully fledged mapping solution here. So for small gardens, it's dead easy now for me to make changes to this plant, move the plant. You know how easy it is to manage your plant collection. But if you want to do really sophisticated geographic analysis or whatever, then this kind of tools are probably the future or the way to go. So if you have time and inclination, download that tool and play with it. And hopefully we'll see some improvements to doing a round trip synchronization with this platform.